This video is made with intention of being a no damage tutorial of the game. Feel free to use any of these strategies using this video, but listen carefully before you can perform them successfully. Hello everybody, this is No Save No Damage run off. Getting the ending 4 with Jill Valentine. So the ending 4, it's also known as the alternate ending 2 or alternative ending 2, I think. But as always, I will just use the definition that the game gives to the endings. So this is called ending 4 of Jill in the game. For this ending, you have to let Barry die in the Tyrant Heliport fight. And it's pretty annoying sometimes, to be honest. You will see why. But anyway, I'm playing at 120 FPS, and I'm pretty sure this is the last. No, this is not the last. I think one more ending I played 120 FPS, and then my PC started not working. And then I have to play at 60 FPS. So we start skate as always. Start skating is an strategy you can use on the Resident Evil Remake HD Remaster. You only have to smash the run button while you go up or go down the stairs, unless you rebind your controls, and you can make it with the right stick, which is not forbidden for another mod on speedrun, and it's not forbidden on Team Hitless as well. So in order to dodge that zombie, you have to make a really good curve. Sometimes the zombie won't even try to grab you, but some other times he will try. It depends on the angle you make the curve. For this zombie, I like to wait here until he tries to grab and then make a little strafe and get out. So a strafe, it means that you have to like bait a zombie grab and then make like a 360 and get out. Or maybe you have to make the 360 to bait the grab, I don't know. I don't use too much the strafe. The strat, to be honest. You have to be really good with the left stick movement. And that leads us to another thing about this game. So in this game you have alternate controls. And what alternate controls is that the D-pad remains tank controls, but the left stick, you can move your character with the left stick. But the movement you can make with the left stick is not like the tank movement. It's completely different. You can make like 360 movements very easily with the left sticks, and it will help you in a lot of places. So the best way you can play this game, and if you are making speed runs or you are making no damage runs or any other challenge run, it's to learn how to use the alternate controls. But it's better to use both of them, the D-pad for tank controls and the left stick for the alternate controls, and know where to use the D-pad and know where to use the left stick, because the left stick works with the cameras, so sometimes it can troll you very easily. I'm also playing simple Chinese language, because the text scrolls pretty fast on that language. And I'm not 100% sure if Japanese is faster or simple Chinese. I think simple Chinese is faster than Japanese. Or maybe both are almost the same. So with Jill, the item management is not like really hard to manage, because Jill has 8 item slots. So, but if you want to follow my route and my pathing, you have to pick up the items I pick and pick up in the order I pick them. This game works like Resident Evil 2. You can use defense items to get out of a zombie grab or an enemy grab in order to not receive damage. But with the difference that on this game the defense items has its only item slots. It won't use an item slot of your inventory. The item slot for defense items, it's different, so it won't fuck up your inventory. Jill only has daggers, and it has like some electric things that you can electrocute enemies. And of course you can pick up the shotgun as always with Jill. You don't need to use the broken shotgun because Barry will save you. Unfortunately, Jill's sandwich cutscene is gone. Barry doesn't say that anymore. He says something similar, but it's not the same. For these zombies, it goes to the left wall, then stop when the camera change, aim up and shoot him with the shotgun. He will get decapitated 100% of the time. So there are some... Well, unfortunately on this game, decapitating zombies with the shotgun is not 100% consistent, like on the classic. There are some zombies that are 100%, like that one for example, but this one it's like you will almost never decapitate him, not even if you're aiming up. What I like to do is just kill that zombie, because he won't become a crimson head when I come back here. And that's another thing in this game. Zombies can become crimson heads if you don't kill them. It's a mutation of the T-virus. So if you want to avoid crimson heads, you can do three things. You can decapitate them, you can incinerate them, or you can just not kill them and just avoid them. Or evade the zombies that you know it can become crimson heads. For example, those zombies that I just passed through, they can become crimson heads after I fight Yawn. Maybe before, depends on the time. I think for a zombie to become a crimson head, it depends on the time and the things you do in the game. I'm pretty sure. For the dog's part, just equip the shotgun, then use the dog whistle and wait the dog on this corner. Start at me, dog appears, shoot him, pump cancel and shoot him again. The pump cancel is a trick that allows you to cancel the recoil of the weapon. It's pretty useful and it only works with the shotgun and with the grenade launcher. What you have to do is you aim, shoot, and when the shoot sound ends, you have to... Or when you shoot, you have to release the aim and shoot button, press a movement button. It's better if you press the up deep button and then release and immediately press aim and shoot again, and it will cancel the recoil of your weapon. It's not so hard to perform, to be honest, but it takes practice. And I 100% recommend you to learn that, because it will help you a lot on different places. For Jill, it's kind of mandatory for the Yawn fight, if you want to follow my strats. And for Chris, it's also really helpful. So if you start practicing with Jill, you will make your life easier with Chris, just by learning the pump cancel. And do not confuse the pump cancel with quick shot, because they are different, completely different strats, and the quick shot only works with the handgun. So the grenade launcher, it's on its place, like on every classic mode. And Forrest won't wake up unless you go to the end of this room, but it's not necessary because there's nothing at the end of this room. I think there's an herb. Just don't go to that room. Did it to the end of the room. Do they keep using a Spanish word? When I try to say a mean. Hopefully you didn't notice. Fuck. But yeah, I think the first part of the mansion is pretty dangerous and it can kill a lot of your runs. most of the time it will kill you runs the first 2 dodges to the zombies on the 2nd floor. And the zombies, if a zombie is on the stairs, a zombie will always vomit, so don't worry about that. The zombie won't grab you. But that zombie very rarely could be on below the stairs, waiting for you. So if you don't see the zombie on the stairs when you're going down, keep that in mind, because the zombie could be below the stairs, or he could be like on the hallway. And after you pick up the serum, the zombie will be on the hallway, so that's 100% consistent. So at 120 FPS, there are some changes between 120 and 60 FPS. The most notable thing is the AI of the enemies. It's like on 120 FPS it's more consistent, or they behave. The behavior it's like the same almost always. At 60 FPS is more random sometimes. You can start escape faster at 120 FPS. And the game it's faster in general. Even the game time it goes correctly at 120 FPS, if you can call it like that. So that's why speedrunners use 120 FPS instead of 60. You can perform some strats very easily at 120 FPS. Like for example, you can dodge enemies more consistently than at 60 FPS. And you can perform the quick shot easily at 120 FPS, but the quick shot is not necessary for a non-damage run in my opinion, because the only part you will use a quick shot will be like on the first 2 zombies on the graveyard. Then you won't use the quick shot anymore, so for speedrun it's kind of mandatory to learn that, but for a non-damage run I don't think so. So I like to kill this zombie because this zombie can enter the room that I will enter right now. And it's not hard to dodge him if he enters. But why not kill him, right? Because we have plenty of shotgun ammo. And it's not like we will need a lot of shotgun ammo in the game. Not even for the best ending. Unless I will decide to fight the Tyrant, but I always choose the Tyrant fight. I think it's the best thing to do. And yeah, call me cheeser. I don't care. If I found a really good cheese, I will just use it, man. Makes the life easier. Even more if you have to reset a lot of times. Like in a non-damage run. And it's not like the last fight on Tide, it's so hard to perform if you want to fight him, so I think it just could be a waste of a good run, because sometimes he can hit you like pretty stupidly. So right there I forgot I already picked up the shield emblem. So this dodge, I don't know if I will dodge it. No, I dodge it. So that dodge works 80% of the time, I think, 90 maybe. What you have to do is stick close to the left wall and start walking to the zombie and bait his grab. When he tries to grab you, then run straight. On a very rare occasion he will like make a 180 and try to grab you, but he never grabbed me with a 180 right there. The worst thing can happen right there is that you were not able to perform the dodge and he will just grab you and you will have to use a defense item. But it's important that you don't kill that zombie, because he can become a Crimson Head when you come back from the guardhouse. So it's better to just not kill him, and do not waste so much time on that hallway, because the zombies from the left room will enter to that hallway if you waste so much time on that hallway. The solution for this puzzle is that you have to move the large gear to the left twice and then leave the puzzle. So right now we will go to Yawn, the giant snake. So you have two options on Yawn. You can fight him, or you can just evade him. If you fight him, he won't die, but you will be able to pick up Richard's assault shotgun. But for Jill, on hard difficulty, I don't see it necessary, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I will use it on real survival because of Crimson Head and because the item boxes are not linked. And that leads me to another important thing about this difficulty. So hard difficulty is the same as real survivor mode. The only difference that real survivor mode and hard difficulty has is that on hard difficulty you have auto aim and the item boxes are linked. Those are the two only things that are different between those two game modes. Because the amount of enemies and HP values and the item placements and the ammo you can have, it's the same on hard difficulty and real survivor. But believe it or not, the item box linked makes a big difference on the routing of this on hard difficulty. Unlike the real survivor I think it's completely different just because of that. But because we have items linked, we can just use the grenade launcher for the Crimson Head. This room is not necessary if you don't want to pick up the Magnum. I like to pick up the Magnum because it's very helpful against dogs. But if you don't want the Magnum and you have big balls and you can just dodge the dogs or kill them with the shotgun maybe, just ignore this room. So I don't know if it's a... I don't think it's a bee. Yeah, it's not a bee, but I like to call this insect a bee. This is a cutscene, by the way. This doesn't count as damage. As soon as you regain control of Jill, just pick up the monk crest as fast as you can and get out. If you stay a little more in the room, then it will sting you and it will count as damage. Maybe even it will poison you, I'm not sure. Just use the left stick right there. Make use of the left stick. Oh yeah, and that door never broken on real survivor. That's another difference, little difference between those two game modes. You can see, man, the text scroll like crazy fast, man. Oh, in Chinese. So we pick up the last mask and now we can go and fight the Crimson Head. The Elder Crimson Head is his correct name of this boss. So the Crimson Head will 99% of the time will get stunned with the grenade launcher and with explosive rounds. But the other 1% he cannot, it can happen that he won't get stunned with the grenade launcher. It's not 100% consistent to stun him with the grenade launcher, but almost 100%, right? And he can die, or he will die almost always with 3 grenade explosive rounds, but sometimes he can take 4. But don't worry if he doesn't get stunned, just keep shooting. Even if you are not making the pop and cancel, you will have enough space and enough time to shoot him again if he doesn't get stunned with the first explosive round, or the third, or whatever, he doesn't get stunned. So just after the cutscene ends, aim and shoot. And just wait until he stand up. When he stand up, you shoot again and repeat. That's the fight, it's pretty simple. Oh yeah, and I forget to mention, in this game you run slower if you are with a weapon equipped. So that's the reason I unequip the weapon all the time. This doesn't count if you are with the knife, by the way. Just with a knife. With any other weapon you run slower. And believe it or not, the zombie sometimes can tank an explosive round. But this wasn't the case, he just died. So on my next runs I like to bring the shotgun here. It's pretty helpful because you will just use 3 explosive rounds on the Crimson Head. If he doesn't die, you will just end the Crimson Head with the shotgun. And the same for that zombie, he tanks the explosive round. But anyway, it's not like you need the explosive rounds anymore. I think I won't use them. And don't fuck up the puzzle here. So the red is on west and the blue is on north, by the way, if you want the solution of this puzzle. Dude, I fucked up big time in this puzzle. Wow, dude, I cannot believe. This is... Damn it. So let's see if I run. Yeah, I learned the run strat right here. So you can run on that part and just walk while you are on the middle of the crowds. You can even run on the middle of the crowds, but if you fuck up a little the movement, you will aggro the crowd. So I just like to walk on that part. Because it's possible to run the whole time, but you have to move. Your movement has to be really clean if you don't want to aggro the crowds. So in Resident Evil Remake there's one new enemy, or one new boss, you can call it, and her name is Lisa. She has a really bad and sad story, unfortunately. And the first encounter is here, because this is her house. There are 3 strats you can perform here, and I explain it on all my videos. I will explain you here as well, of course, don't worry. But for my strat you need Magnum, so that's another reason why I picked the Magnum. This cutscene you cannot skip, by the way. So as soon as you regain control of your character, equip the Magnum, aim and shoot, and then pause as fast as you can, and then equip the Magnum and run straight and get close to the wall. And and Lisa will always miss the auto attack if you get close to the wall, right? And sometimes if you are even faster, she won't even try to attack you. And the dodge for that zombie is always the same. Sometimes the zombie can be like really close to you, but the zombie will try to bomb it, not grab you. Just keep running and go around that tree. Always. You will always dodge that zombie. Do not get scared if the zombie is very close to you, because it can happen sometimes. So, because I play this game a lot, and I make a lot of runs and a lot of resets, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the enemy behavior depends on the direction you are running or which wall are you still close or not. So after cutscene ends, equip the magnum, aim and shoot, and then walk backwards, and then start aiming and just wait for the dogs. The dogs almost all the time will die with just one magnum bullet, but they can sometimes do not die. The best thing you can do is learn the noise they make when they are dead. If they don't make that noise, it means they could be still alive. So yeah, as I was telling you, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the enemy's pattern or behavior depends on which wall you are still close or which way you are walking. And of course enemies react to the inputs you make, as on every Resi game, but I think on this game is not like very strong like on other Resi games. And you have to make that curve if you don't want to aggro the crows, but even if you aggro the crows, if you keep running, they should not be able to attack you. They will try, of course, but they won't be able to. So for the guardhouse, we just need the handgun, nothing more. And the reason we need the handgun is because the sharks. We will kill one shark with the handgun. Just save everything else. I also learned that the dodge or the behavior in this spider at 120 FPS it's more consistent than at 60 FPS. Sometimes at 60 FPS is like the spider behave differently. But the main strat on this room is that you have to enter and get out as fast as you can of this room. And as you can see, sometimes the spider will like start climbing the wall again. Just do the room as fast as you can and you will not have problem. Even at 60 FPS. So when you enter to this room, one zombie spawn outside this room. What you want to do is to lure the zombie inside this bathroom and just use a defense item and then get out. But you have to do it a pretty or kinda slowly, because you are not able to use the door when it's on the animation of closing. You have to wait until the door fully closes and then you are able to use it. That's why I lure him like inside the bathroom. And that zombie will stay there forever. So that's why I just lure him inside the bathroom. There's a bug that it can happen on that bathroom, that if you change the camera a lot before the zombie enters, the zombie will never enter. It happened to me one time, so just don't fuck up the cameras. Don't play with the cameras in that bathroom. Because if the zombie doesn't enter to the bathroom, you will have to dodge him on the hallway 3 times. So, on this game, the grenade launcher is still really OP, or is it still being really OP? But unfortunately on hard difficulty there are not plenty of ammo like on the classic. So it's like the game doesn't allow you to use it so much. We just use the grenade launcher on Crimson Head, Yawn fight, and the Tyrant of the laboratory. It's possible to kill the Plant 42 with a grenade launcher and 3 flame rounds like on the classic. But unfortunately in hard difficulty on Real Survivor the game doesn't give you flame rounds before the Plant 42 fight, so it's not possible to try to kill the Plant 42 with flame rounds. You can kill the Plant 42 with the handgun, or with the shotgun, or with the knife. There are 3 strats for those 3 weapons. You can perform no damage strats. But I just like to use the B-Jolt to make it easier. Life simple, right? Because I make a lot of runs, so why I will complicate my life trying to kill the Plant 42? And the B-Jolt is like it will only take you like 3-4 more minutes. Not more. And this is not a speedrun, so the time doesn't really matter. And even like that I get like 28 minutes or something like that run. Maybe more. But it doesn't pass through 130, I'm pretty sure. So as soon as you regain control of your character after the cutscene, just pause, equip the self-defense gun, aim and shoot. Then leave the room, equip the handgun, re-enter the room, and aim and shoot. So you have auto aim, so Jill will always aim to the shark. This shark will take like from 6 to 8 shots. Maybe more, but it's almost always 6 to 8. And 90% of the time is 6. You have to listen to the... It's like the shark shake on the water when it's dead. That means the shark is dead and you can leave the room. The reason I leave the room is I don't want Neptune to eat me. Because when you reset a room, you reset the aggro of all enemies on that room. It works like on the classic. You can reset the aggro enemies, you can reset the placement of the enemies on certain rooms, but you can also reset the HP value, so be careful about it.
Emergency.
Like on the classic.
Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety. Reaching 30% of pressure threshold. Reaching 50% of pressure threshold. Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
So the number of the old pressure, it's random, it's not always the same, and there are plenty of puzzles on this game that are random, like on Resi 3 Classic. And that's pretty good, right? Like not having always the same solution for a puzzle. It makes the game fresh every time you play it. For Neptune you have 2 ways. You can kill him like I will do. It's the safest strat. Or you can use the speedrun strat and just dodge his... or just dodge Neptune without killing him. But if Neptune grab you, it counts as a death, it's not just damage, so you will lose completely the run. That's why I just like to kill him. I never try the dodge strat. I don't know if it's hard or if it's easy. So the bees in this room can sting you, and I know they are not bees, but I just like to call them bees, I'm sorry. Can sting you if you stay long enough in the room, so just try to make this room fast. This puzzle is also random. It goes, it's a combination of 3, 5, 6, but the order is random. I got lucky and I just get it at the first try, second try I think. For the Jolt, pick up the 3 empty bottles, fill up 1 bottle with the number 3 and fill up the other 2 bottles with water. The water counts as number 1, by the way. Then combine number 3 with number 1. Then pick up number 6, combine number 6 with number 4. Then pick up another number 6, combine number 6 with number 1, you got number 7. Combine number 7 with number 10. And then pick up number 3 and combine number 3 with number 17 and you got the Jolt. The Jolt, it's always the same, it's not random, by the way. And right here, after you pick up the map, do not press the comfort button, press the cancel button and go to the menu as fast as you can and then use the herbicide. Because if you use the comfort button on the map, you will read a document and the bees will get out of that hole and will sting you. I think I didn't mention that on the ending 5 and 6. So the tentacle soul, the plant 42 cannot hit you, don't worry about that. It's just an animation. And after you use Jolt, the game gives you the chance to discard the empty bottles. Just press yes. This game, if the game gives you the chance to discard an item, just press yes, because if you press no, the item will stay on your inventory and you won't be able to discard it manually. And you will have to go to an item box and stash the item, right? And on some places it's like it can fucked up your inventory big time. So there's a really good difference between the remake and classic about the Plant 42. If you fight the Plant 42 with Jill, Barry won't come help you like on the classic. It would only come and help you if you use the Jolt. And on the classic it's different. On the classic, if you fight the Plant 42, Barry helps you. But if you use the Jolt, Barry doesn't help you. So for the second mansion split or section, we need the grenade launcher with acid rounds, the shotgun shells we have, the magnum and magnum bullets, and the mansion key, of course. Right now it comes the worst part of the game in my opinion, or one of the worst part that it will kill a lot of your runs, and that part are the snakes. Believe it or not, the snakes are harder than the bosses in this game. So for this part, equip magnum, aim and shoot, and just keep aiming, wait for the second dog and shoot him. On a very rare occasion, the second dog won't die with one magnum bullet. If that happens, just equip the shotgun and terminate the dog with the shotgun. Do not use another magnum bullet, it's a waste of a magnum bullet. Right here, run straight, make a curve, and when you arrive to that corner, stop, equip the shotgun, aim and shoot. Then bait the other snakes, aim down and shoot. And be careful with the third and last snake. That's the best strat and the safest strat you can perform in this part. I think I improved that strat on my next videos because I have more experience with that. Remember, if you kill whatever snake you kill, it won't respawn when you come back to that part of the game. So that's really good, to be honest. This hunter just don't care about him. Enter to this room, stick close to the right wall, camera change, equip the grenade launcher, aim and shoot. Then equip the shotgun in case the hunter doesn't die, because sometimes the hunter can still alive after you shoot him with the grenade launcher, or even if you shoot him with the magnum, the hunter can still be alive. But this wasn't the case. So maybe you see the first hunter was like right on my face, right? There are two things that can happen with that hunter. He can be like right on your face, or he can like start getting away from you when you get close to him. If he's right on your face, do not try to do what I did, because he can like slash you immediately before you shoot, if you are not fast enough. If he's right on your face, just take some distance, like go back a little and then equip the grenade launcher and shoot. But if he like gets away from you, then you are good to just aim and shoot. First I thought hunters will always die with one acid round, but they can tank an acid round, so that's why I bring the shotgun as well. Because we don't need the ammo discs, it's not necessary to make it a management for this part, so that's why I think I didn't go to the item box, right? Or I didn't watch well. Let me check. Yeah, no, I go to the item box. Yeah, I'm lying. I'm a fucking liar, dude. I did it so fast that they didn't notice, man. And I'm watching the video. Well, so the dodge for these spiders is always the same, and it always be like this, no matter if you play at 60 FPS or 120. These zombies, you can dodge them if you want, or use defense items on them, but I like to kill them because I have plenty of ammo, and I don't want nasty surprises. Just be sure to completely kill them. The first zombie sometimes can be still alive if you don't decapitate them. It's very rare, but it can happen. The second one will like almost always die with just one shotgun shell, or maybe two like in this time. So I didn't kill that zombie. That's okay, I have plenty of time. So the speedrun strat for this dodge is like you have to just stick to the right wall and make a curve with the left stick. But I like to do what I did right now. I like to go to the camera change, wait for the zombie to go to the right, and then run straight on the left. And the get out is just like go to the right. The zombie is still there, by the way, so don't run straight. For this ending, because we don't need the ammo disc again, we don't need the yellow gem, so we just need to pick up the red gem. So, when you don't pick up the yellow gem, there won't be hunters coming through the windows. They only coming through the windows if you pick up the yellow gem. For this part you need the grenade launcher with acid rounds, the shotgun, reloaded, you don't need shotgun shells, the battery, the crank, and the red gem, and the mansion key of course. The dodge for the second zombie is always the same, you just have to stick close to the left wall. Right now you will see why it's important to learn the pump cancel for this boss fight, and it will make your life easier, to be honest. It's possible to kill Yawn without the pump cancel, but it takes more time and it's a little risky. So as soon as you regain control of your character, pause, equip the explosive round. I'm sorry, the grenade launcher, and shoot him 3 times while you make the pump cancel. Then go down the ladder, run straight until the camera change, keep running a little more, aim and shoot. I like to pause because I know he's dead, so he will always die like that if you manage to shoot him 3 times on the second floor. And in order to shoot him 3 times on the second floor, you have to pump cancel. If you don't pump cancel, you won't be able to shoot him 3 times. I'll definitely make a video teaching you how to pump cancel. Carsey has a video and he explained in depth how to make pump cancel and how to make the quick shot. But why not have another video explaining that? And I will make it in Spanish as well. There's a crimson head on the left, by the way. I'm pretty sure on the best ending I fucked up and I go to the left, and I was lucky enough and the crimson head this didn't or wasn't able to attack me. Oh yeah, and I didn't tell you, the main reason I bring the shotgun, it's because I will kill the zombie with the shotgun. Do not use that acid round, because that acid round is for the hunter that is on the room that is before the courtyard. And sometimes, as I told you before, the hunters can tank an acid round. And if that happens, I have the shotgun to terminate the hunter, so That's the main reason, or the main two reasons I bring the shotgun, and of course if I fucked up, Yawn fight as well. In case you don't have ammo for this hunter, maybe because you fucked up Yawn fight, or maybe because you use the acid round on the zombie. And the dodge is pretty simple, you just run straight to the hunter and use the door on the left. But I like to kill him because I will come back to this room again. And he will be still on this room if I don't kill him, so that's why I just like to kill him. Imagine getting hit at the end of the run just because you don't kill a hunter, that you were able to kill him. Oh yeah, and by the way, maybe you saw the dodge on the spiders, you just have to stick close to the left wall. You can use the left stick for that, it's more simple, instead of using the D-pad. So the mines is like an orange mode on the classic, you just have to dodge everything, you don't have to kill anything. Except for the black tiger, you have to kill the black tiger. And the crank of course is on Enrico's body. There will be one hunter right here, but just keep running and get out as fast as you can, because the hunter will always scream before trying to attack you. So the black tiger is possible to dodge the black tiger and just cut the spider web and get out. But it's so fucking hard to do that. So it's better to just kill the black tiger. Even killing the black tigers it can become harder, because sometimes it has a strange AI, and more at 60 FPS. At 120 FPS it's like more consistent. So if you are able to play at 120 FPS, play this game at 120 FPS, you will have less headaches. You need 4 magnum bullets for the black tiger, but I like to have the magnum fully reloaded just in case. There are different strats for the black tiger, but almost every strat is the same. What I like to do is try to bait the jump of the black tiger, but not always works. Sometimes the black tiger won't jump and won't try to speed acid to you, and you have to like start running around the black tiger. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, the black tiger didn't run, so just run around the black tiger and shoot him 4 times. But you have to be careful to not stay close behind the black tiger when you kill the black tiger, because the black tiger ass will throws you acid when dies, and that will count as damage, of course. I was really close on that part, to be honest. But when you are going around the Black Tiger, it's like several things can happen. It can speed acid to you if the Black Tiger is facing you. The little spider can come to you and throw you acid from the ceiling. Or it can make a really wide, stupid attack that the Black Tiger has and just attack you and inflicts you damage, of course. I'm pretty sure that happened on the ending too, or the best ending. And maybe I will be able to explain it there better how that auto attack works from the Black Tiger if you are more time on the fight. And that happens because only at 60 FPS, to be honest, but because at 120 FPS, because it's like you can shoot faster with the Magnum. So it's not like you will be more time on the fight, so you are able to just kill the Black Tiger fast enough and you won't give the Black Tiger enough time to try to attack you. That only happens to me at 60 FPS, not at 120. So dodge for the hunter is the same way as you get in. Just stick close to the left wall. Oh, and I'm sorry, on this camera is the right wall, right? Yeah. But yeah, just stick close to the right wall and make the curve as fast as you can. Do not get close to the second hunter, because as you can see, I get close to the second hunter and the hunter jumps, and I was lucky because if you get close to the hunter can even make a 180 slash and will hit you. This puzzle is always the same. It's always 4, 2, 3, 1. So I like to call this section Lisa's Labyrinth. It's always the same. You have to trigger Lisa on the left, then keep running, use the pull lever. I'm sorry, you don't have to use the pull lever. You just have to go to this room first. The pull lever is next, is when you have the flamethrower, or the broken flamethrower. But the main strat for Lisa's Labyrinth is to trigger Lisa on the spot you want, so she won't be able to cut your way. Because if you don't spawn Lisa on a certain place, she will spawn on another one. So right now you just spawn Lisa right here and then get out. And you have a free way out. Just be careful to not go to the other side. It happened to me one time because this is a labyrinth, as I told you. You can troll you very easily on your first runs. So it's the same as the first time. You just trigger Liz on the left. Let him come a little to you, because sometimes you will like trigger on the left, but she was like start going to the right immediately, and he will cut you away on here. So that's why I like to lure her a little before using the pull lever, of course. An invisible enemy is harder because you cannot see if Liz is going to the right immediately after you trigger her on the left. So because we killed the hunter before, we have just free way until Lisa 2. On Lisa's second encounter, where is the third encounter, right? Because the second one is Lisa's labyrinth, but I just like to call Lisa 2 because on the second encounter it's not like you will fight her or do anything about it. So on Lisa's boss fight, I think it's better to call it. There are plenty of things that can happen, and it depends if you give Barry back his weapon or not. So you need the Magnum, the shotgun, the grenade launcher, explosive rounds if you want, but it's not really necessary, both books, and shotgun shells and Magnum rounds, of course. The best weapon you will have for this fight will be the Magnum. So for this ending, the ending 4, you have to give back Barry his gun. So we have to choose yes. And you have to keep Barry alive. Because if you let Barry die with Lisa right here, so if Lisa throw Barry, even if you choose yes, it will count as a battle ending as well. So there won't be a Heliport Tyrant boss fight. One time it happened to me, fucking Barry never shoot and Lisa just throws me. So when Lisa jumps, just take advantage of that and make her fall to the edge and then continue pushing. You can even perform the fast kill of Lisa. When Lisa is on the edge, you can start shooting her and she will just fall. But I just like to play with her a little more and just make her fall to the edge and then continue. Give more emotion to the fight, to be honest. It's more exciting. Maybe with Chris I will perform the fast kill because I won't have enough ammo to play with her. I don't know. But yeah, the main thing you have to do is to keep Barry alive. At least for now, right? So because you don't need ammo disc, just pick up the canteen and the lighter and fill the canteen with the kerosene. The reason we bring the canteen to this part of the game is because sometimes you won't decapitate the zombies with the magnum. But I was lucky enough and I think I will decapitate, yeah, I will decapitate 3 of them. That's pretty lucky. But keep in mind that you need 1 magnum bullet for the Chimeras part. It's better if you have 3 magnum bullets for that part. Or 2, I'm sorry. 2 bullets. But I wasn't able to decapitate the zombie, so I have to incinerate him. But I'm pretty sure when he becomes a Crimson Head he will be like far left. But I didn't test it at all. I just tested once, so just in case, just incinerate him. The login is Yawn, the password is Ada, like on the classic. And the second password is different, is Cell. It's not Mall. If you put Mall, Tofu will start speaking. It's just for an Easter egg, the second password of the classic. Oh yeah, and by the way, no matter what ending you are doing, it's mandatory to open B2 and B3 with the computer. But we don't need to make space on the inventory, so that's why I don't go back to the item box and just keep. Or we don't need that. I like to kill this zombie because I have to backtrack 2 more times or 3 more times to this part. But it's only necessary for the 2 times because on the 3rd one the zombies spawn on this part. What I like to do here is walk while I stick close to the right wall. I stop here, quick button, aim and shoot. There are several things that can happen. Maybe the Chimera can be on the ceiling and you will miss the shot. If that happens, you have to shoot immediately again, because sometimes the camera will land after you make the first shot if the camera is on the ceiling. If the second shot doesn't hit the camera, just get out of the room and reset it. And be careful if the camera is really close to you, because if the camera is really close to you, when you kill the camera, it will perform an auto attack when it's dying, and it can hit you if you are close enough. And be sure if this zombie is dead. Just see if it's bleeding on the floor. If a zombie is bleeding on the floor, it means it's dead. I always forget to mention that at the beginning. I'm sorry. But I think I mentioned that on every video at the end on every video of my classic runs. So now you have the nitroglycerin in your pocket, so you have to walk. You can run. It's like the speedrun strat is like 2 steps walking, 2 steps running. It will of course lead you to the Chimeras section a little faster, but this is not a speedrun, right? So just walk. There's nothing you have to be worried about. In the Chimeras room that we will enter right now, there's one Chimera on the left, but it will never come to use, don't worry, unless you go to the Chimera right. But if you just keep going to the right and go directly to the place that you have to put the nitroglycerin, the Chimera won't ever come to you. And after you put the nitroglycerin, you can start running again, and you continue on this section. Just keep running. For the second room, run and move to the left and continue your way until you arrive at the door. The second Chimera can do that, like run like an idiot and get away, or can try to attack you. But if you keep running, the Chimera will always miss the auto attack. And for the get out, it's like you get in on the left and get out from on the right, like it did. And that Chimera that just came down will always like start running with you. Sometimes he can attack you, and it depends which wall you are still close to. But to be honest, Chimeras in this game are less complicated than on the classic. And the classic, they are more annoying, to be honest. And there is flame rounds right here, because we don't have Barry's Magnum for the Tyrant, so we have to fight him. But it's not so hard. It will take like 5 flame rounds, I think, 4. I think it's 5, I don't remember.
Jill!
Barry,
You could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go.
So you can skip these cutscenes if you want. They are not mandatory to watch like others.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl, but I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry,
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
you and Umbrella took his family. You bastard.
Umbrella. Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit! Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak!
So as soon as you regain control of Jill, just make a quick turn and go to this place and wait for the Tyrant. When the Tyrant appears on the camera, equip the grenade launcher, run straight, aim and shoot and make bump cancels. You can shoot him 4 times or even 5 times right there, but it's a little risky if you fucked up the bump cancel, so I just like to shoot 3 times, then make some distance with him and then continue firing. But I'm like really afraid right now, so that's why I'm not like firing unless I'm really sure. I think I have traumas of I use 6, but it's not only necessary 5. I think I have traumas from the classic one because sometimes in the classic
Barry!
the Tyrant like
Barry!
start going to the other side and like appears
You're
behind me.
okay.
I don't know if the games happen.
Jill, sorry.
It never happened to me
I was careless
since
of
this
me.
day, but
Wesker,
maybe it can happen. That's why I just do the fight like really
first,
safe.
let's just get out of here.
So for these endings, or for every ending that you save Barry, or you don't let Barry die with Lisa, there's not a key on Wesker's body.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All
So later I thought that those were handgun bullets, but it's just an engraving. I got debated.
I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Reactivating and releasing 3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it! We're almost there! I'll go get him. You just get in contact with Brad. Whatever it takes.
Okay.
So for this ending, you have to let Barry die on the fight with the Tyrant on the Heliport. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the run. We will use the cheese for the last fight on every run I make. I'm a cheeser. I'm sorry. So, but the cheese is like a little different if you want the Tyrant. If you want the Tyrant to kill Barry, because it's not like 100% consistent that the Tyrant will immediately grab Barry at the beginning of the fight. Sometimes the Tyrant can start hitting Barry before he will grab Barry. Because what you need is the Tyrant grabs Barry, then the Tyrant would kill Barry. He won't kill him if he's just like slashing Tyrant. Slashing Barry, I'm sorry, slashing Tyrant. So what I like to do is wait until the minute 1 and then put the flare. And that gives me enough time, no matter if he grab him immediately or if he start slashing Barry. But I lost a lot of runs because of that, to be honest. Just making this ending is a pain in the ass. But the Tyrant will only aggro to you if you shoot him, or if the Tyrant watches you. Maybe if you are closer to him instead of Barry. But you will see right now what happened. So it's like 5 more seconds. And we put the flare.
Jill!
You made it!
So the fight starts, just wait. Fortunately, this time he didn't grab him immediately. But it's okay because we have plenty of time, so just get behind Barry. And the Tyrant will keep slashing him, unfortunately. I was like, man, I think I will lose this run here. And of course, do not get close to Barry because the hitbox of the Tyrant slash can hit you, even if he's trying to hit Barry. As you can see, the Tyrant will aggro to you.
Jill, use it. Kill it.
So right now
whatever
I'm
it is.
saying like, fuck, I think I won't get this ending, man. I think I will just have to kill the Tyrant or just lose a run. I go and pick up the rocket launcher and unfortunately the Tyrant now grabs Barry. And just wait until he kills him. So the Tyrant is now dead. I'm sorry, Barry is now dead. And you can shoot. That's it. Maybe it looks easy, but it's pretty annoying because the Tyrant sometimes won't grab Barry. And you will just lose a run if you are making this ending. But I don't think anyone else will do this ending, man. That's why I have the war first on this ending, no damage run. No, I'm sorry, I think I don't have the free war fears in this ending, yeah. Someone else have. But yeah, no one do this ending, to be honest. Just me and that person. But yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. This was Resident Evil HD Remaster, No Save No Damage, getting the ending 4 with Jill Valentine on hard difficulty. Thank you for much for watching. Hope you liked the video, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. Or you can find me at twitch.tv Aresaurio or on the Discord server of the Team Hitless. I'll be happy to help you on any run I make. Maybe you have problems. Have a good one. I'm Ares, and I see you next time.
Jill, you did a fine job.